Hi, my name is Laura and I'm an English teacher with Merseyside Publishing. Welcome back to another lesson on the IELTS speaking test. Today we'll be addressing how to achieve a high band in your IELTS speaking test by using a range of different grammar structures. In part 3 of the speaking test, you'll be asked some questions relating to the topic that you discussed in part 2. These questions are designed to encourage a deeper discussion. First, let's look at some comparing and contrasting questions. Your answer to these questions should practice using comparative and superlative adjectives, as well as other comparative structures such as similar to, different than, as, and not as. Here are some example questions. Do you prefer to study in the morning or evenings? Do you prefer to eat out or at home? Do you prefer to travel alone or with friends and family? Have a think about your answers. Now I will provide some sample answers. I prefer to study in the mornings because I feel more awake and refreshed after a night's sleep, whereas in the evenings I'm usually tired after a long day. Notice how in this example I used comparative words such as more and whereas. I prefer to eat in because it is much more convenient. It's also not as expensive as eating out. Again, I used the comparative structures much more and not as. I prefer to travel with friends and family because it is much safer to access public transport in a group. Also, chatting to friends can make the journey seem to pass much more quickly than if I was bored by myself. It's very important that you will make these answers slightly longer than the answers for parts 1 and 2 of the IELTS speaking test. A couple of sentences will do, but you must expand on your answer and introduce comparisons if you want to achieve that high band. Now have a go at some comparative questions yourself. Here are the questions. Do you prefer casual clothes or formal clothes? Do you prefer to read a newspaper or watch TV? Do you prefer team sports or individual sports? Do you prefer shopping alone or with other people? What are some differences between men and women shopping? What are the differences in the taste of music of young people and older people? Choose a couple of those questions and leave your answers in the comments below. Don't forget to use comparative structures so that you can create a more complex answer and achieve that higher band. Thank you for listening, everyone.